Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am doing a get ready with me using some new stuff that I recently picked up. I have the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette, one thing from the ColourPop and Mulan collection, a new brow product, and then just some older things that I just pulled out to use in this video. And first, before I get started, I wanted to say that I just did my skincare. When I bought my Safari palette, they had a 500 point perks at Sephora to get a little La Mer skincare set, and so I picked that up and I just moisturized my skin using the La Mer Creme de la Mer moisturizer, and oh my goodness, that was the strongest fragrance thing I've ever tried in my life. The fragrance on this is insane. Like, I'm still smelling it, and I have like pretty sensitive skin. Not sensitive that I'll like get a rash or irritated, but sensitive in the sense that I break out really easily. So if this breaks me out because of the fragrance, I'm going to be very upset. I don't know, I just wanted to add that in. Now we are just gonna hop right into the makeup. No, we aren't. I totally forgot to put sunscreen on. I'm just gonna take my Supergoop Play Everyday Lotion with sunflower extract. Sorry if you can hear my dog whining in the background. Usually when I film, my boyfriend is here and he can watch her while I film, but he is at work right now, so she has to be in her cage while I film, and she is less than happy about it. I'm priming my eyes with my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Chantilly, which is, I think, the lightest one. And I've been trying to use this up. I don't like it really on my under eyes or on my face, but it works pretty well as an eyelid primer. I've been trying to use this up because NARS sells their products in mainland China, which means that they have to test on animals. So I am trying to use it up so that I don't have any more like NARS products. I feel like whenever I start filming, my cat comes and like sits right here and watches me, and it's so cute. We are going to jump into the Safari palette, and I'm not sure what I want to do today, but I have a lipstick that I picked out that I want to use, so I'm going to try to do a look kind of based around that lipstick. So when I'm trying to figure out what to do with a look based around a lip, I will swatch the lipstick, and then to start, I just kind of like hold my hand up next to the palette and see like what looks good with it. Don't like that. I almost like little cover stories. I make like little cover stories around it. I think I have what I want to do. So I'm first going to take the shade Aya. I think that's how you say it. It's a really light kind of bone color, and I'm going to take that on my ColourPop E15 brush and use that as my transition shade. Honestly, I don't even think it's going to show up. It shows up a little bit on me, but nothing super noticeable. On my ColourPop E16 brush, I'm going to pick up the shade Tamarind and start applying that to my crease. I'm actually going to take on my ColourPop E19 brush the shade Masai, which is a warm toned darker purple shade, and I'm going to start applying that to my outer corner. I'm going to bring that in pretty low in my crease too. And then I'm just going to keep dipping back into Tamarind and Aya until I get the blend that I want. I am noticing that Masai is looking a tiny bit patchy right here, but I think that's just my eye. Eyeshadows always look patchy right there on me, and only on this eye. Why do eyes do that? Like, what is it about our eyelids that do that? I want the shade Masai to be quite deep, which is about where it is right now. And now I'm going to take the ColourPop E16 again and some of Tamarind, and I'm going to take it more on the flatter side, and I'm going to apply that to this empty space on my lid and blend it into Masai a little bit. She's a cold-hearted snake. I don't know why that song is stuck in my head. I'm going to take on an even smaller brush. This is the ColourPop E21. I'm going to take the shade Thorn, which is a deep warm tone brown. And I'm going to put that just right here in the outer corner where I want there to be the most depth and darkness. And then I am going to take a little bit more of Masai and blend that back over. I'm taking a little bit of the Artist Couture Diamond Lights Finisher in the shade Spotlight Glitz, and I'm taking just a tiny bit on my finger and giving one single pat over the very middle of my lid and then blending it out. And I'm also going to do another pat that takes it up to the brow bone. When it catches the light, it's just perfectly glimmery right there. Today, for the first time in forever, I'm going to be doing a winged liner. Has been a very long time since I've done this. I'm sadly using the Kat Von D tattoo liner because currently it is the only liner that I have. I need to buy a new NYX liner. Sorry if the angle has changed at all. I had to readjust my camera. The liner is done. I just need to touch up this eye a tiny bit. We are going to leave the eyes there and we will come back to them to prime my face today. I'm going to be taking my Benefit Professional Pore Primer. For my foundation today, I'm going to be taking my LA Girl Pro Coverage HD Longwear Illuminating Foundation. I have the shade Fair to get me through it all. I always start on my cheeks and then work my way into the rest of my face, shearing out the foundation as I go. To conceal, I'm going to take my Revlon Photo Ready Candid Antioxidant Concealer in the shade Fair. A little bit right here, a little bit out here. My makeup style has changed so much recently. I literally don't want hardly any coverage. I don't want to barely set my face with powder. I just want the bare minimum. And I just find that it looks so much better. I feel like the reason why I always put so much foundation and concealer and powder on was to try to make sure that my oily skin didn't break up my makeup. But I have truly found that putting less on, there's less for the oil to break up. So it's just works so much better. And I love it. I love this style of makeup. I think it is so pretty. I'm going to set my under eyes with the AOA Studio Perfect Finishing Pressed Powder in the shade Translucent. Mine is completely shattered. I got it that way, so I can't really show it to you, but it is really good for setting the under eyes. There's only one other place that I set on my face, and that is my smile lines, basically. Only because I don't like that looking shiny. If right there is a little dewy, it just makes me look greasy instead of dewy, which is not the goal. And for eyebrows today, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Wow Brow. That's all it's called. It is like a fiber gel for your eyebrows, and I've really been enjoying it. I have the shade Neutral Brown. It has these little tiny fibers in it that grip your brows and just make them look beautiful and full. And personally, I don't really need help in the fullness department, but I do find that this makes them look more bushier, and I can get the tail ends to look bushy how I want them. And this formula is very dry. It doesn't feel wet when you're putting it on. It's not a wet formula. It is really nice, actually, and it doesn't get all over your eyebrow area when you apply it, which is always great. I'm going to do my lower lash line. So to start, I'm going to take the shade I'm going to take the shade Tamarind on my Makeup Geek small crease brush and just kind of blend that around everywhere down here. On my Lavish eye shading brush, I'm going to pick up a little bit of Masai, and I'm going to dip into Thorn like one time and just focus that right here on the outer corner of the lower lash line. I'm kind of blending it up underneath the wing. I just now decided that I want to line my waterline with some eyeliner, so I'm going to take my NYX Treasure Lee black liner and do that. For mascara today, I'm going to be taking my Milk Kush mascara. This is the little sample size that I got a while back, and I really am just trying to use it up because I have so many little mini sample sizes of mascara that's just taking up space, and I have the full size of this, so like always I'm leaving my bottom lashes completely bare because every mascara to ever exist smudges on me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give my face a good spritz of my Pacifica Coconut Essence Hydro Mist. I'm just going to sit and kind of let everything set in for a minute before I finish off my face and remove the mascara that I got all over my eyelids. I am going to highlight the inner corners of my eyes with the Ciate London Moon Dust highlighter, which is actually the highlighter I will be using on my face later. But since the palette is an all matte palette, I'm going to use my highlighter for this. The eyes are complete. So I'm going to do my face now, and I'm going to start by taking my Fenty Beauty Instant Warmth bronzer in the shade Private Island. With this bronzer, I like to use my ColourPop F21 brush. It is an angled blush brush, but I find that it's really good for this bronzer because this bronzer is very firmly packed and it's not super pigmented. I find that I can really load this brush up and it's super easy to diffuse the bronzer. For my blush, I'm taking my e.l.f. Baked Blush in the shade Peachy Cheeky. And I'm going to be taking my Alamar Cosmetics Complexion Brush, which is a different angled blush brush, but this one is a lot bigger and more fluffier, and so I like to use this one for blush. And I'm going to take a tiny bit on my finger and put it right here on my nose. And then highlights, back to the Ciate highlight. I'm going to highlight my cheekbones, chin, upper lip, nose, and the outer corners of my eyes. For my lips today, I'm going to be using my ColourPop Cream lipstick in the shade Hua Mulan from the Mulan collection. I did also pick up the gloss, a blush, and the palette. I think in next week's Get Ready With Me, I'm going to be using those. Spoiler alert. To finish everything off, I'm going to be taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dewy Set Setting Spray, which I also picked up recently. And I don't want to use too much of this because it is dewy setting spray and I don't want to look greasy. And that completes this look. I hope you enjoyed this little get ready with me. I had a lot of fun. I'm so excited to play around with the Safari palette some more. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll like this video and subscribe before you go, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye!